Hey guys, welcome to my new series. I'm gonna just do kind of a guitar chord library thing, and I just wanted to go through a few of the keys you beginners might be dealing with on the guitar and just teach you some different chords. And so I'm gonna start with C because it's the simplest key. If you want to know about how to form chords and how to make chords and all that stuff and what all that means, refer to my music theory video, or just type in music theory into the YouTube algorithm search engine machine, and you'll find an amazing amount of things. I can even throw some links in the description of some favorite people that I watch on YouTube for music theory and all that stuff. If I say a C chord and that doesn't make sense to you, check out my music theory video or type in basic music theory into YouTube and you'll find a whole plethora of things. You can pick and choose. If you want to watch my video and just fast forward to where I talk about some certain things, cool. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video if you get anything out of it. I'm really aiming to just give you guys some real basic knowledge on that. So I think one of the hardest things for people at first is just like, where do I put my fingers? How do I do this? And I think my basic advice would be to just start doing it. Get some chord charts. You can look up chord charts online and just begin to put your fingers in the right places. And when you do that, you'll start to get a lot of that kind of stuff going on where you just don't know how to bend your fingers yet. And I'm going to aim to get some close-ups on the left hand only. I don't want to confuse you by adding the right hand in too much. We can do a complete other video on strumming. But I'll mention to you what strings to pluck and what strings not to pluck, and where you can use some technique changes to mute strings that you don't want to ring out. And so without further ado, you're going to learn the C chord, which is the 1 chord. You're going to learn the F chord, which is the 4 chord in the key of C, and you're going to learn the G chord, which is the 5 chord, and also throw in the A minor chord. Now I picked 1, 4, 5, and 6 because they're some of the most popular chords in just everyday music. You'll have a 1, 4, 5, and 6 almost in every song you'll ever hear. Check it out. All right, well here's your C chord shape. Right here, 3rd finger, 3rd fret. And you're going to be on that 4th string. And then we got your next finger, your middle finger is going to go on the 2nd fret, 4th string, right there, just like that. And your first finger is going to do this 2nd string right here, the B string, right on that 1st fret. And you're going to strum the bottom 5 strings. In other words, your first 5 strings, omitting that low E string. And one good tip to note is that you might want to take the flesh of your ring finger and mute that low E string. You're going to fret that and at the same time touch that E string. So you're going to mute it. And then if you hit it, you won't hear it. Alright, that's the 1 chord, C major. Then we're going to move on to our F chord, and we get to do a little cool barring thing here. I'm going to start with my first finger on this one. We're going to go here and bar both of these strings on the 1st fret. And if you can't do that yet, you can just sit there and practice until you can get that right. And then we're going to take our 2nd finger, middle finger, and just hit that next string on the 2nd fret, right there. And then our 3rd finger is going to go up to the next string and the 3rd fret. So it looks real neat. And I like to turn my hand a little bit sideways and bring my thumb over, muting again that E string. And then with this finger again, you're going to mute that A string. And you're only going to play the last 4 strings. Sorry, the top 4 strings right there. And sometimes I don't use the thumb. It actually feels better for me that way. See, you can hear that string ringing out and you don't want to do that. So I'm showing you what not to do today. So that's our F chord, the 4 chord in the key of C. Now let's move on to G, which is the 5 chord in the key of C. I'm going to start with the pinky. I'd like you, if you're in the key of C, to learn to play G like this with your last 3 fingers. I know that's difficult for beginners. If you can't do that, learn it with these first 3 fingers. Either way is correct. It's just I find it easier to go. If you're going to switch to that G chord from a C, it just seems like less to do than going. See how there's a lot more motion going between those 2 chords. So here we go. We're going to go with the pinky. I'm going to teach it to you this way. Pinky 3rd fret, 1st string. You're going to leave that there. First finger, 2nd fret, 5th string right here. And on this one, we're going to get to play all the strings. Sorry, let's do the middle finger on that one. And then your 3rd finger, 3rd fret, fretting that low E, G right there. It's a G note. The low E. And that's your G chord. And you get to play all the strings on that one. Pretty sweet. So you can also play, I'll just note, you can also play it like this. 3rd finger, 3rd fret, ring finger, 3rd fret, 1st finger, 2nd fret, 5th string, 6th string, middle finger, 3rd fret. And you're going to let all them strings ring out. You really want a good curl on these fingers so they're nice and rounded, so you're not muting any strings, because you want all the strings to ring in this case. There you have it. That's 3 chords down, and the key is C. Here we go with A minor, and that's going to be your 6th chord. So if you know the 1, 4, 5, and 6, literally you can play just about any pop song out there, rock song. A lot of songs use these 4 chords in any key. So this is going to be our A minor chord. We're going to go with our 1st finger, 1st fret, 2nd string. Then our next finger, I like to play it like this. We're going to go with that 4th string, 2nd fret, right here with our 2nd finger, and then our 3rd finger right underneath it on that 3rd string, 2nd fret as well. So there we go. And on this one, A is our root. You can either use your thumb to kind of mute that E strings. We're not going to play it. You can if you want to. I just find it sounds a little muddy. I like to just get that pure A minor sound. Now I'm letting it ring there, but I'm really having trouble. I gotta brush up on these chords myself. That's what we should get a sound for. Just go through all the chords we just learned. That was 4 chords. That was a lot of info. But you can do a lot of chord progressions that are popular out there, just like this. You'll start to hear them as you play around with them, and just practice switching from, say take your C chord, switch to your G chord, then take your C chord, switch to your F chord, then take your C chord again and switch to your A minor chord. And then maybe land on G for a while, practice going to your C chord. Then take your F chord and do all the same things, just keep going through it that way until you can change between all these very smoothly, such as something like this. All right, maybe now that you've checked out those chords, I just wanted to give you a little example of what you can do with that kind of thing. You can just mess around. Just take those 4 chords, change between them. Just get creative with it. Do whatever you feel like you want to do. If you want to change from a C to a G, even start on a G or start on the A minor. But anyway, here goes. See you guys. Check out the next video. We're going to talk about the key of G.